This video is for women in heterosexual relationships who feel like they've lost their desire, generally, but also for their partner. Wanting to want is a concern I hear from women and have heard for decades. It's a common complaint for women in long-term relationships. And they'll say to me that they love their partner, they're really happy in general in their relationship, but they're missing that desire for their partner. They're missing desire, and specifically desire for their partner. So first things to try, of course, are things like hormones, testosterone and estrogen. If you're low on those hormones, they can be really helpful in generating wanting. There are medicines that can be helpful for some women, Vyleesi and Addyi. So those things are worth trying. And of course, sex therapists have all kinds of tricks, and I will talk about them as well. But let's say that you've covered some of that ground already and you're still not feeling that desire that you're looking for. It's not uncommon. So here's the thing. We're primates, we're mammals, and it's really not programmed into our DNA to want the same person for decades. That's just not part of our evolutionary adaptive history. Okay? It's a great idea. We love the idea. And some people feel it. But not everybody, and probably most women in long-term relationships would say they struggle with that experience of wanting to want their partner. So it's pretty typical. Of course, you might feel like this is bad news, but I don't think of it as bad news. I think about it as recognizing who we are as mammals and as primates and what the sort of laws of nature, the sexual laws are that we have to work with so that we can create the sex lives we really want. So that's what this is about. Not sort of sitting around waiting for that desire to happen, but now in a long-term relationship, you may have to make it happen. So what does that mean? That means starting to become more aware of the things that turn you on, which may not be so simple because sometimes women feel like they've lost touch with what turns them on, or what used to turn them on doesn't anymore. You've got to figure out what turns you on and then start to feed that to your body in a regular way, like literally every day, a little bit. If you've identified some romantic stories that turn you on, then read a little bit every day or listen to audio tapes of them a little bit every day. Not to have an orgasm, but just to remind your body about sex in a sort of exciting, positive way. Maybe watching a little porn every day would do it, or playing with yourself in the shower, a little masturbation. Again, not to have an orgasm, but just to remind your body about sex. So it takes some effort and it takes some time. And certainly working with your partner around what helps sort of generate sexual tension in your relationship, what helps generate sexual energy. But I think the bottom line in this video is to encourage you to put effort into it, that just waiting for it to happen is unlikely to be a productive approach. And, you know, sometimes women will say to me, I don't have the time to think about this and to generate sexual tension for myself. And that may be true. You know, maybe you're working a lot or focused on parenting and you really don't have the energy and time to do this. That may be reality for your life right now. But hopefully you'll be able to fine-tune things in your life so that you can find the energy and find the time to do this kind of work, because tuning into your own sexual energy will probably be exciting for you just as a woman to feel tuned into sex again. It's probably going to feel rewarding, but it's also going to be great for your relationship, and it's going to serve not only your sex life, but your experience of life more generally. So it's time well spent if you can find it. So again, that means doing things like becoming more aware of what turns you on and doing that for yourself regularly to remind your body about sex. Now, during sex, it can be helpful to have practiced mindfulness meditation, because mindfulness meditation teaches you to not tune into your thoughts, but to tune into your body. So during sex, if you've practiced mindfulness in a regular way, like 10 minutes a day, you can use those skills to tune into your body while you're having sex, which can help you feel desire in the moment as well. So mindfulness practice is great for this as well. But I think the bottom line is recognizing that it's going to take effort on your own part. If we could decide the laws of nature sexually, what people would have great sex in their relationship for decades, no problem, and I'd be out of a job, which is clearly not happening. So this is challenging for people. It's just like appetite can be challenging for people. We can't dictate how hungry we are or what our favorite foods are. And desire is like that too. So it's just a part of being a human being. It's a part of being a mammal. And having that desire in a long-term way will likely require effort on your part, just like having the food you like in a regular way requires effort on your part. And things that are worthwhile tend to require effort. I would suggest if you think about it in this way, it can help you let go of the struggle and just engage sex in your life in a way that is more productive. So I hope that helps.